Island Girl 4, and this is a video about Illuminati. If any of you who doesn't know what Illuminati is, basically this silly false belief that there's this evil government and everything in the media is like bad and satanic and all that stuff. And the thing is that I didn't really know what Illuminati was. I thought it was a false conspiracy theory. But then I saw the Village and Christians videos, and the more I looked at it, and the more I realized it, I finally knew what it was. It was more than just silly false belief or anything. And just for wondering, no, I'm not going to say that Illuminati is real. It's not. I finally realized what it is. And that is, Illuminati is paranoia. And just for wondering, Illuminati is satanic. It was made by Satan to make people feel paranoid, even more paranoid about the world than it already is. Okay, I'm not saying that Illuminati has absolutely no truth to it, because it does. It's kind of like Santa Claus, because there actually was an Illuminati cult, similar in how there actually was a Santa Claus. Like, let me explain. Illuminati was a cult that was created back in the 1700s, during the time and where the churches and everything was basically crap, and how absolutely no one was allowed to question their beliefs and all that stuff. Illuminati actually translates to enlightenment. It's basically people that have a philosophy and where they would question things. The funny thing is, the Illuminati, the cult, actually was not satanic. The church the church back then just claimed about satanic because anything that happened that the church didn't agree with him, they would consider either satanic or blasphemous. Now, I remember when I was actually reading about the church back then. I'm like, oh my god, I'm glad that our church is not merely as silly, as ridiculous, or straight up false as it is now. It's just that back then, I rephrased that wrong. It's just that I'm so glad that our church is not so silly, ridiculous, and basically false, nowadays. And then I realized that there are false churches out there. And I think the Village and Christian is one of them. I'm not saying that everything about the Village and Christian is wrong, and I'm not going around saying that he's satanic either, like he claims to other people that are satanic. No, I'm not saying that. I just believe that most of the things that he says, I just feel like they just don't sit right with me, and especially considering the fact that I'm a Christian. And I feel like that he's just claiming things are satanic simply because of coincidence, and jumping to conclusions. And you know how there's like this one picture in Instagram, and where they're all like, and they're like, hey, if you zoom into this to my bedroom wall, you can see the Illuminati symbol in there, and then it zooms in, and there's absolutely nothing. That's basically most of his channel. I mean, he just takes things that he considers are bad and are really not bad at all. And it's for you guys wondering, do I hate the Village and Christian? No, I don't hate him. I just feel him as a very, 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 very misguided person. It's sort of like Pinky on how she views bronies, and how she's saying that bronies are sexist and all this sort of things. Like, she's not this horrible person, and she definitely did not deserve she definitely did not deserve the hate that she did on her Molestia blog. First, both Pinky and the Village and Christian have fair points. The Village and Christian says. It says that Family Guy is somewhat anti, and Pinky says that the blog Princess Molestia is a very bad influence. But the thing is that even though a lot of people, I don't know, like, I know it sounds kind of weird, but I feel like I take Pinky more seriously in what it says. I know it sounds kind of risky considering the fact that she said things about bronies, but I would rather have her say bad things about the fandom merely because of bad experiences she actually had in the fandom than then the Village Christian claiming that everything's satanic because Illuminati says so, and lol, and the freaking, symbols and everything, and all of that and stuff, and I'm not trying to be mean in any sort of way. That's just really, really how I feel inside, and I just want to get my opinion out there. And the Village Christian, if you're watching this, please don't make some sort of video that is saying I'm wrong, or I don't know any better, or I'm brainwashed by the media, or all of that, because, to be perfectly honest, here's how I view something. Whenever anyone, believes something, especially if it's an atheist that I don't believe, whenever I'm in a debate, forget the whole atheist thing, that whenever I'm in a debate, an argument, whenever there's like an argument and I view something, an opinion, and what I think is, I try to pretend that I myself am wrong and compare, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not trying to say that that you're wrong or anything, there is some truth in your theories and what you believe. It's just that I feel like it's a spiritual thing, and I just feel like that it's not right. That it's not right, and most of the videos I see are just jumping in conclusions. And also, when you said that the Lion King spelled out sex in one of your videos, it didn't spell out sex. A lot of people got that confused. Okay, here's what it is. All right. The supposedly sex thing is actually Disney giving a shout out to the special effects team, which was SFX. I know it looks very, suspicious, but that's what it is. It's SFX, not sex. I looked it up. That's what it is. And to be perfectly honest, the special effects in Lion King are pretty dang good. So that special effects team definitely deserve that little shout out right there. And the thing is that as a kid, it went so far, and I was just only concentrating on the characters and what was going on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Simba, and I didn't even notice that and what it was. So, and all that stuff. And the thing is that I looked at Illuminati, and a majority of it is not true. And I even looked up the supposedly evil eye thing, that. And I was just curious to see what this evil eye actually meant. And I looked it up, and guess what? It's not satanic at all. Sure, it was used in one cult, and that's the Egyptian cult. Not cult, but it was used in one religion, and I think it was only the thing is that I looked it up, and apparently the only religion, the two religions it was used, that it was somewhat used in the Egyptian Egyptian religion, but it was actually used in Christianity. The all-seeing eye is a representation of God and how he's watching over mankind. It's not a representation of Satan. It's not a representation of the Illuminati. It's a representation of God. I have actually looked up what it is, and that's what it is. A representation of God, and guess what? The proof that I'm right to show actual sources rather than you just rather than you just randomly claiming things are right. There actually is a picture from the olden times, the modern Christian, the olden Christian era, and guess what? It showed I think Jesus and a few other disciples in a beautifully painted, and guess what? The symbol of the all-seeing eye was up there. Are you going to go ahead and claim that's satanic because that symbol that you claim is satanic is not actually what it means? Okay, I had to let that out. Okay, sorry. Anyways, going back to another thing that you said, that in one of your videos you actually claim saying you cannot get this in any of the popular social media sites. Like, no, you can actually get it only on YouTube or things like that. And I thought to myself, okay, YouTube, The site that's known for people obsessively making cute cat videos, people that are straight up retarded, ghost videos that they claim are real, but are actually just people behind sets doing it to get more views, and straight up sick love stories about Shrek and a boy falling in love on 4chan, which was later popular on YouTube. Okay, I'm sorry, but the internet is not really the most reliable source, especially for things like this that you're claiming is supposed to be real. I'm just gonna show my face from now on. Especially stuff like this that's claiming that it's supposed to be real. And I myself am an internet person, and to be perfectly honest, even I know that a majority of the stuff of the internet is false. I'm not saying that everything on the internet is false, of course, like, there is true facts, like, about, the presidents and the actual history and stuff like that, but a lot of things on the internet are just straight up false. Straight up false. And I know from experience, like, I've actually been on the internet since I was, like, I think 8 years old. I know it's not the best thing to be influenced since I was 8. I just really liked most of the videos on the internet. I was a huge Powerpuff Girls, Legos, and Transformers fan. And the internet kind of, like, satisfied my needs for that. But anyways, back to the topic. That at first, how I viewed you, I just viewed you as a misguided person. I was really skeptical of you, but I still watched your videos, and I was still kind-hearted because I knew that there were some things that you were on. But then I saw one video that completely changed my view of you. A video claiming that that Monster, yeah, the energy drink, Spider-Man, Apple, and Beyonce, or I don't know who it was, are satanic. That right there made me face palm so hard. Just so hard. Okay, a lot of the reasons you said Apple was satanic was simply because of the apple and how it resembled Adam and Eve. Oh, really? You're just saying that's satanic because of a bite out of an apple, and that Adam and Eve happened to bite out of an apple, and that apple is knowledgeable, and the knowledge of good and evil is knowledgeable. Wow. Just because it's a coincidence, you claim it as fact. Wow. Did you, let me ask you this, did you do any research on this? And, oh yeah, probably on the internet. And another thing, Monster and how it has the 666 on it, just because, it's supposedly translated into 666. Okay, I have seen people do silly stuff with the word 666, and especially with the whole Walt Disney symbol and all of that. But Monster, the one with 3 lightning bolts and the word monster on it, and how it's 666. Oh, and how it's supporting monsters is satanic. A freaking energy drink because of that is satanic. Okay, seriously? It's a freaking energy drink, so what? Alright. It's not satanic for, I hope, are obvious reasons. And another thing, the thing that made me, wait, how much time do I have in this video? Oh, about 2 more minutes. And another thing that made me get out of my chair and want me to fall down I wanted to fall down the freaking stair. Okay, I know it's a little bit over-exaggerated, but I felt pissed that Spider-Man is satanic. I'll just get my Spider-Man toy over here. I love him, he's so cute. So, that Spider-Man is satanic because of this hand symbol. Yes, that hand symbol is supposedly satanic. Oh, and the funny thing is that you mentioned what it was, but you didn't, you mentioned the name of this, supposedly satanic symbol, but you didn't even explain what it was, or explain, or really give really emphasis on it, or you just said that it's satanic, and since Spider-Man has it, it obviously makes him satanic. Ah, bruh.
Great power.
Superheroes are satanic. Yeah. Okay, sorry, and all that stuff, and that is, seriously, you're jumping to conclusions, and you give absolutely no facts whatsoever to back this up. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm seriously pissed. Okay, I was actually making a video, thinking of making a video about you, and it was supposed to be more of a Josh Scorcher type video.